Good morning, Internet. Let us commence this day of fitness and health after I snooze for 5 more minutes.
There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. There goes a sight from my soul. I think a fall angel just walked by. I think a fall angel just walked by. I think a fall angel just walked by. I think a fall
Ma'am,
angel just walked
I need to put this bag away. Can I have it?
There goes a sight from my soul. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my there goes a sight. There goes a sight, there goes a sight. Now there goes a sight from my soul.
Good morning, again. Welcome to full day of eating and training, staying fit, staying healthy, really working on locking in a sense, chasing my goals, being excited about it. You're gonna have a no makeup Marissa today. I have a tiny bit of mascara on. Other than that, nothing. Because a couple days ago, I think my face is almost healed, but a couple days ago I got microneedling, so I was just repeatedly stabbed thousands of times over in my face. And I will talk more about that in Marissa's 2025 Project Glow Up, what did I call it? Project Glow Up 2025 Part 2. But I did it essentially to promote collagen elasticity in my skin because use of topical steroids for 8 years just destroyed my skin. And as you may or may not know, one of my top goals for 2025 / just ever is optimizing skin health and getting my skin to like an actual healthy, stable place. We're making progress. It's going well. Very excited about it. One of the things that I've been very much prioritizing the last few days, especially because of the microneedling, is hydrating. Like, my life depends on it. I was already focusing on hydration a lot, like I've been talking about that a lot, you guys know this. But after my microneedling treatment, my friend who is experienced with these things was like, you need to hydrate. And I was like, I've been working on it. She's like, no, double it. Like, hydration will help with the healing process, which in turn is going to help with the results and the benefits that I get out of the microneedling. And I'm not about to let myself get stabbed over and over thousands of times in the face for 15 minutes and not maximize the benefits from that. So hydrating like it's my job. Haven't even had my breakfast yet, and I've already drank 32 ounces of water plus a supplement that I'm taking for my skin stuff that I'm doing with the program that I'm doing, and electrolytes. And then I also added electrolytes to my coffee because electrolytes are crucial for hydration. My friend literally was like, double your water intake and add your element. And I was like, you know what's up. And I am really curious actually to see the effect that doubling my hydration is gonna have on like the rest of my skin. So like my face has been kind of my most affected area, but like my hands also not great usually. So I'm wondering if like my hands are also gonna transform with doubling my water intake. We'll see. But like hydration is just so key for basically like every bodily process. If you have health, fitness, wellness, aesthetic goals, you best be hydrating. And one thing you can do to really make sure that the water you're drinking is optimally hydrating is adding in electrolytes. Electrolytes kind of function as like a key to the cells that allows the water molecules in. So with proper electrolyte balance in your body, your cells are going to be maximally hydrated with the extra water that you are drinking. And as always, if you are looking for a good electrolyte mix, I highly recommend Element. It has everything you need, all of the sodium, potassium, and magnesium that your body could ever want, and nothing that you don't need. So no sugar, no junk, no fillers, no artificial flavors or artificial ingredients. I've been using and loving the unflavored version because the ingredients are literally sodium, magnesium, potassium. That's it. It would kind of be like adding just straight salt to your water, except this has the science-backed ratio of electrolytes, not just sodium. So it has 1,000 milligrams of sodium, 200 milligrams of potassium, and 60 milligrams of magnesium. Element is formulated to help anyone with their electrolyte needs. And if you are someone who sweats a lot, who lives in a hot environment, who maybe cooks a lot from home and is not getting like a lot of salt naturally in your diet, this is gonna be particularly beneficial for you. Or if you're just trying to up your hydration game and make your whole body function more optimally. Also a great option. And right now, Element is giving you guys a free sample pack with any order. So you get a sample pack with 8 different flavors in it. So you can try all the good flavors, and you can get yours at drinklmnt.com/fitandnerdy. I'll leave a link down in the description box below. Check it out. But speaking of hydration, microneedling, goals that I am trying to achieve in my fitness and health journey, something that I have been not struggling with, but like working my way through lately, is the perfectionistic tendencies that I have. I know a lot of you guys can relate, because I was doing so well for the last couple months of like lifting consistently, doing yoga consistently. Like I was basically lifting and doing yoga every other day, like with a day or 2 off per week. And I was feeling so good. I felt like my body was changing and adapting. Like I could see myself getting stronger. I saw muscle coming back. I'm definitely getting like much more flexible and mobile, and basically felt like my body was thriving and loving it. But then got a little cold, like 2 weeks ago. Just got a little sick, little stuffy nose, a little low energy. And so that forced me to take some time away from the gym. Or didn't force me to, but like I, you know, intentionally chose to not force myself to go do the exercise when I was sick, and my body clearly needed like rest and recovery. And I got through that, and then I did the microneedling. And after microneedling, you're not allowed to sweat. And they also said like no exercise. So now it's been like 2 weeks since I have lifted. And like clearly very good reason for that. Like it's not like I'm making any excuses whatsoever. It's not like I just like fell off the wagon. I hate that term, but like it's not like I just, you know, said screw the gym, I'm just not gonna work out. Like I should not have been working out. I 100% did the right thing, but for some reason doing that right thing feels like the imperfect thing. I think part of that comes from the fact that I was so excited and feeling so good with what I was doing, and then was kind of forced to take a break from it, and then the kind of fear that comes in from that of like, am I going to be able to get back to that consistency that I had for the last couple months? Because A, it felt really good, but B, I know it's good for me, and C, it felt like I was being perfect, and that in itself felt good and rewarding. So the goal is to ultimately get back to lifting and yoga regularly as soon as I can, and maybe add running back in. That's a whole other thing, but that's the goal as well. And not let myself get distracted or thrown off by the fact that I fell off the wagon. Didn't fall off the wagon. Intentionally stepped off the wagon because it was very necessary, and reminding myself that I can get right back on that wagon and keep going. And in doing so, make sure I look around and observe the scenery and enjoy it, i.e., enjoy the journey. I am hungry. It's time for breakfast. And I will be making the one and only chocolate frosty smoothie bowl. I'll leave a link to the recipe in the description box below. I know I always say that and always forget, so if I forget, leave a comment and I'll reply with the link in the comment. I just made a mess already. That's great. Cool. Cool. What do I do? What? I need help. Off to a great start. We got is a veggie cube, and I'm actually going to deviate from the recipe here. I took some full-fat coconut milk and froze it into cubes. So I'm just gonna throw a couple of those in there. I literally don't even know what protein powder this is. I just know it's chocolate. Doing more collagen, even though I put collagen in my coffee, because I figure if the whole point of microneedling is to help your skin produce more collagen, can't hurt to also be consuming collagen. I don't know if that logic checks out, but it makes sense in my head. Last time I made this, I straight up just forgot to add in the honey and the almond butter until it was in the bowl, like blended, done. I started eating it. I was like, why does this taste different? I was like, oh no. I was devastated. Like, it was fine without it. It was acceptable, but there's just something about the almond butter that adds a little extra oomph to it, and the honey that obviously adds a little bit of extra sweetness, which is helpful considering this is made out of vegetables. Would it be absurdly excessive for me to add a little bit of element to this? I feel like salt makes everything better. Like, that's just the secret in cooking, no? Just a pinch, just a pinch. Best breakfast ever. I feel like my fitness journey the last like year, or even like the last 5 years, if I'm being honest, has been so much more of a journey rather than like goal, trajectory, doing the thing. Like, I started my fitness journey basically lifting consistently 4 to 5 days a week. And I did that for years, like with somewhat varying goals. Like, I had a fat loss goal at one point, I reverse dieted, but I kind of always had like a target and a straight path to get there, and that's what I was doing. But lately, my fitness journey has felt so much more exploratory and reactionary, but in a good way. Like, before, it was based on action to get to a goal. Now it's been based on tuning into my body, my brain, seeing what I need, and reacting accordingly. And I guess it's been a journey of finding that balance with exercise and doing what feels good week to week, and acknowledging that that balance is essentially in flux. Like, if your life is in flux, that balance is in flux. What is going to be most optimized and balanced for you at any given moment is going to be changing and evolving. So I guess it makes sense when I look back retrospectively. So when I was lifting super consistently, like 5 days a week, I also had a very consistent like life schedule. Like, everything else in my life was a lot more consistent, and so there really was no need to change and adapt my exercise to my life, brain, body circumstances. But in the last few years, and I feel like this kind of started with me going through topical steroid withdrawal and then pandemic, and I don't know what's happened since then, but I feel like I haven't found that same stability and consistency in my life, and so therefore my fitness journey and my exercise routine have also been less consistent in that way. And I am really kind of hoping to settle into some more stability and consistency, like in my overall life routine and also in my fitness routine, because I think as a whole that just feels better. It feels like just safer to the nervous system, and I think my nervous system could use some love. But at the same time, I don't want to put that pressure on myself where if things do change that I'm not going to be adaptable, because I'm going to be pushing so hard for stability and consistency, if that makes sense. But at least the chocolate frosty smoothie bowl will always and forever consistently be one of the best meals on the planet. I got distracted working and I have fallen behind on my hydration schedule. This is mission critical hydration right now. Oh God, gonna drop it. Can only drink enough fluids if it's through a straw. You know what? I also want to add just a little bit of glutathione. That should also be super helpful with my skin healing from the microneedling. Just put it in here so that I can hopefully blend it without making a huge mess. Uh-oh. Perfect. The coconut water is just too cold for the glutathione to actually like dissolve and mix in without a little bit of help. I am hungry. I want a quick snacky poo. So I'm just gonna toast myself up this gluten-free Canyon Bakehouse bagel and throw some grass-fed butter on it. All right, not allowed to sweat, probably not allowed to be like upside down too much to prevent too much blood flow to my head, but I need to move my body. I have just been sitting for 4 days straight and don't feel good. My body is craving some amount of movement. So I'm gonna just move, gonna flow, gonna do a little stretchy stretch. Nothing crazy, nothing that's gonna make my face sweat, but just enough to get my blood flowing, get my heart rate up a smidge, and just make my body feel good. Okay, panting a little bit, feeling a little pre-sweaty, so I think I need to cool it down. Still working on my ability to flow more freely and dynamically. I think doing yoga more regularly has been really helpful in just getting my brain to understand like different movement patterns and combinations and things that work and feel good. My ultimate goal, I think, would be to be able to flow freely between yoga, animal flow, more Tai Chi style stuff. I have never done Tai Chi, but that's like on my list. And to also just be able to kind of add in my own movements. So not to be, I don't want to say boxed in by a certain modality, because there's certainly benefits to training in specific boxes, especially for specific goals and for learning that specific style of movement. But my personal goal would be to be able to flow freely in a boxless style of movement, but still working on it. We'll get there. When it comes to health and fitness, everyone wants the secret. Everyone wants a cheat code. Everyone wants the answer. And while I obviously preach bioindividuality, there's no one solution that's gonna work for all people, etc., there is an answer. There is a secret. There is one big thing that would change the game for everybody if they were able to apply it. Well, like I've said thus far in this video, it's no secret that my exercise has kind of been all over the map for like at least the last year. But despite that, my weight has really not fluctuated too much at all. In fact, I've lost a couple pounds of fat, but I think that is N=1 evidence of the fact that what it really comes down to, if you're looking for a secret or an answer for fitness, in making progress, in maintaining health, in reaching your fitness goals, is consistency in showing up every day to the best of your ability. That is the secret. And this is in opposition to letting yourself get derailed by, you know, a day of not being able to show up necessarily the way you would like to, or the way that feels perfect for you. Looking at fitness as black and white, all or nothing, because that mindset often leads to people showing up perfectly every day for a couple weeks, maybe even a couple months, but then one small thing happens and everything else crumbles, and now they're not doing anything for their health and fitness for weeks or months at a time. So instead of showing up every day and trying to force yourself to be perfect, if you can instead consistently show up every day and ask what is in your best interest for your mind, your body, your soul, what do you have the capacity for? And then acknowledge what that is and show up in that space. So if you get a cold and you wake up and you don't have the capacity to exercise, you don't have even the energy to maybe go for a walk, but you have the ability to maybe Postmates some delicious, nutritious chicken vegetable soup, and you have the ability to maybe throw in 10 minutes of meditation and get to bed early to let yourself sleep a little bit more, like that is fantastic. And if you have the capacity to do that, and you do that, and you show up every day consistently like that, you are going to optimize your path, optimize your journey, and get the results that you want. And obviously you have to also take into account your goals and be super honest with yourself, because if you do have a more aesthetic focused goal, like I haven't had a specific aesthetic goal in quite a long time, so I'm more than happy to just be like maintaining plus or minus a couple pounds, fluctuating a little bit here and there, and chilling. But if you have a specific aesthetic goal, you do have to be more consistent with your training, with your nutrition, with everything. And so this is where being super honest with yourself comes in, and not letting the laziness let you convince yourself that you don't actually have the capacity to do the things that you need to do to reach your goals. And on the flip side of that, being honest with yourself of whether or not you have the capacity to do the things that you need to do to reach your goals, or if you try to force yourself to do the things that you need to do to reach your goals, whether that's going to actually negatively impact you. I think a lot of people show up in the space knowing what they need to do, and then forcing themselves to do it at a detriment to their health, which ultimately leads to them not actually achieving their goals, or achieving them and then losing them and ending up in a worse place than they started. Like if you're already high stress, have zero time, your nervous system is way out of whack, you really have no business showing up every day and trying to lose fat. Like adding in exercise and adding in a calorie deficit, because that is just going to ultimately negatively impact you if you're already in a high stress state. Like you need to get your body to a healthy, happy, safe place so that your body feels safe, your nervous system feels safe, and you'll be able to lose fat in a healthy way. So I guess maybe that's two secrets: consistency and honesty, like real radical self-honesty, and telling yourself the truths that maybe you don't want to hear, which for a lot of people oftentimes means taking a lot longer to lose fat than you really want it to. That's a whole rant for another day, but it's something that a lot of people need to hear. 30 pounds in 6 months? Most people should not be doing that. Should be going slower than that. I said what I said. I said what I said. I am hungry. It's dinner time. So I've been at my parents' house in San Diego for the last few days, hence why I had suitcases galore all over my floor this morning. And my mom, bless her heart, sent me home with some leftover like turkey meatball soup bowl thing. So that is gonna be my dinner. Episode of Severance. Drop your thoughts, feelings, comments on season 2 down below. And for dessert, I'm gonna have the last half of this Who Kitchen simple milk chocolate bar, my favorite. Another day, another beverage. Not another day, it's the same day. But I just made myself a big thing of mint tea and dandelion tea with a little bit of honey, and of course some electrolytes. It's getting to be that time to wind down, so I'm gonna get in a little bit of red light therapy. The photons emitted by this specific wavelength of red light and near infrared light, which are the light bulbs that are not on. They are on. It's just a wavelength that you can't visibly see. The photons affect mitochondria in a way that enhances mitochondrial efficiency, which helps with a lot of things, including wound healing, which my face is technically healing from because that is what microneedling is. So I've been making sure to hit the red light every night. We are on the final stretch of hydration, and I need to take my toenail polish off, so we're gonna chat while I do that. Don't get too excited. No free feet pics will be found here. I was trying to look for like a less aggressive nail polish remover, just one that like doesn't completely strip the nail, and I ended up with this Karma Naturals nail polish remover scented with, or unscented with vitamin E oil. No idea what it's actually made out of. It could be just as toxic as the regular stuff. I didn't check. Anyway, I was gonna talk about my current health and fitness goals and like where I'm going and relate this all back to everything that I've said. I was gonna say that my goal is kind of to, not to lock in, but to like be in. I feel like locking in implies a lack of flexibility, which is what I've been talking about in this whole video, that like, you know, you do have to lock in the sense of consistency and honesty, but not in the sense of like, I'm going to do XYZ no matter what, even if it kills me. Like long term, that's just not the best health and fitness strategy. And so that's not really my plan. My plan is to like be all in rather than to lock myself in to anything in particular. I feel like I've been on a really good track the last like 2 months, being super consistent with lifting and yoga, and I would like to continue pursuing that level of consistency and feeling good and just keep going. I want to keep going. Signed up for a yoga class in 2 days, so I think that'll be my foray back into exercise post microneedling, and then from there hopefully I'll just be able to like hit the ground running and keep going. But I am very excited about where I've been at with my journey lately. Like last 2 weeks of not being able to work out aside, I've been feeling really good. Lifting has been going really well, definitely rebuilding strength, rebuilding muscle, like getting slowly but surely back to what I was originally lifting before I took months off of lifting. Let me know down in the comments where you guys are at in your fitness journeys. I feel like mine has been so far all over the place. Okay, this toenail polish remover might take a little bit longer, but it doesn't smell like I'm inhaling toxic fumes. I don't feel the need to flee the room, so maybe that's a good sign. I don't know. I think I'm going to wrap the video up here. It's been a long time since I have vlogged. I hope you guys liked this. Let me know if you have any other questions, comments, concerns about my journey or anything that I've said. Make sure you do check out Element and use my link to get yourself a free sample pack down in the description box below. If you liked the video, please give it a big thumbs up. It really does support me and my channel. I really genuinely appreciate it. Share this video with your friends, your family, your fitness buddies. If you want to see more content from me all about health and fitness, you can check it out over here. To see future videos, make sure you hit that subscribe button, hit the little notification bell so you get notified when I post a video, and I will see you very soon. Bye.